From the 17th century, solid irons began to be used. They were thick slabs of cast iron and triangular with a handle, heated in a fire or on a stove. The electric iron was invented in 1882 by Henry W. Seeley that occurred in China. In the industrialized world, this design has superseded by the electric iron, which used resistive heating from an electric current. The hot plate, called as salt plate, is made of aluminium or stainless steel that is polished to be smooth as possible. Ironing works by loosening the bonds between the long chain polymer molecules in the fibers of the material. While the molecules are hot, the fibers are strengthened by the weight of the iron and they hold their new shape when they cool. Some fabrics, such as cotton, require the addition of water to loosen the intermolecular bonds. The components of the iron are thermostats. Cover solid plate. The components of the iron are thermostats, cover, salt plate, light, handle, and heating tub. There are many types of iron such as flat iron, set iron, and goffering iron. That is all for the introduction part. I will pass to my next group member.
My name is Nurshwa Davindu Mahide and I'm going to be the next presenter for this group. So as mentioned before, our group chose a clothing iron as our product that we are going to review. I'm going to continue with the presentation and explain about the equipment. So, if you're looking back at the market, there is a various type of design and size of clothing iron. There is from the small to the big design of the clothing iron that we can choose from. But the standard size of the clothing iron was usually around 18 times 8 times 10 inches only. So it's quite small. So it's easy for the household management. It means that you can store it nicely, or even it is also convenient for someone that loves to travel. Not only that, clothing iron have also come in a various type of shape, but the most famous shape that have been marketed right now was triangular. It is because triangular have the pointy end and also it was small at the end. So it was easy for precise ironing and to iron between the buttons so we can get the smooth surface. Next, clothing iron was made from different types of materials such as plastic and aluminium. The reason why aluminium was a great heat conductor, so we can iron our clothes faster because it heats faster. On the other hand, plastic was used to protect ourselves from heat. It is because plastic was great heat insulator, so there is no heat was transferred easily to our hand, so we can keep ourselves from any fire hazard that can happen that can harm our life and also our health. Finally, clothes iron is a small appliance that when heated is used to press clothes to remove grease. Domestic iron generally range in operating temperature from between 200 Fahrenheit to 360 Fahrenheit. It's named for the metal of which the device was historically made, and the use of it is generally called ironing, the final step in the process of laundering clothes. Ironing works by loosening the ties between the long chain of the molecule that exists in the polymer fiber material. With the heat and the weight of the ironing plates, the fibers are stretched and the fabric maintained in the new shape when cool. Some materials such as the cotton require the use of water to loosen the intermolecular bonds. I think that's all from me, and the next presenter is going to continue the presentation. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. Today I want to explain about the hazard of using iron electric. First, clothes are flaming when overheat. We should use the temperature that is appropriate for the clothes to be ironed because too high a temperature will cause the clothes to melt or burn. Therefore, setting the temperature of the iron before using it is very important in order to prevent unwanted things from happening. In addition, human neglect when handling the iron will also cause the clothes burn. For example, leaving the iron for too long on clothes being rubbed cause the close to burn because it is too hot. Therefore, we must be careful when using electrical appliances. Second, using high electricity. Iron is one of the products that use high electrical energy. Consumption the iron will cause the energy source used to be high. It, it is the combination the electrical that a person has to pay also increase. Therefore, a person must be wise to handle things so that electricity waste does not occur. For example, turn off the iron switch when not in use. This causes the electricity use to be reduced. Third, can be subjected to electric shock. We must be careful when using electrical equipment so as not to be easily exposed to electric shock. Electric shock can be occur as a result of excessive electric current flow through a person's body that causes bodily function such as nervous, muscles, organ to be abdomen. In addition, body tissue become burned as a result of excessive electric current heating. Besides that, electric shock can be cause fire. It is occur as a result of excessive heating of the electric equipment and contact with flammable material. Besides that, the hazard of using iron electric is take a long time to heat. Before rubbing something, we must heat the iron first to ensure that the iron reaches to set temperature. This causes a waste of the time because the time taken to heat the iron is quite long. Therefore, we must to manage our time wisely as so as not to waste it on useless things. Lastly, may burn when in contact with skin or body. The temperature on the iron is too high, cause the steam to burn when exposed to the iron. One should not take this method lightly as this involves the safety of the person. For example, do not choke when using electric equipment like this in order to prevent unwanted things from happening. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you to my friend for their explanation. Now we will discussing about chronology of iron electric. The electric iron has been around since the 1880, but as is the case with many modern inventions, it has root in ancient history. Circa 400 before Christ, Greek would hit around were known as governing iron and used it to produce plates on ropes. The ancient Romans used devices more similar to the iron of today. One was a level metal paddle in which the user would beat the cloths in the hope the pounding would remove the wrinkles. The ancient Chinese used a scoop that was hit with coal or sand and would rub it over clothing to smooth wrinkles. Perhaps the biggest breakthrough in smoothing iron technology occurred early in the 20th century when iron were made with electric cord. The development helped solve the centuries-old necessity of constantly reheating the iron. Improvements also were made to the sole plate of the iron, and by the 1920s, many iron come equipped with thermostat to control the level of heat. In the mid-1920s, the Elder Company unveiled the steam iron which facilitated the pressing of dry material up to the point user had to sprinkle water on the fabric. The steam iron funneled water vapor from a receptacle to small holes on the sole plate. Other improvements in the following decades include the development of aluminium sole plate that would not rust in the 1950s, Irons capable of both wet and dry operation were introduced, and in 1995 most sole plate had non-stick coating. By this time, about 40 million irons were sold annually in US. Irons will have a place in department stores for as long as consumers take pride in the smooth appearance of their clothing. As for their future, there is still room for improvement on the sole plate. Improved coating will make it less susceptible to scratches from zipper or button on garments. Devices that allow for better regulation of temperature and steam are also expected to enforce. Just that from me. Thank you.
As the conclusion, iron clothes work when a current is passed through the heating element which is placed between the sole plate and pressure plate. The element gets heated up and transfers its heat to the sole plate through conduction, and in turn the sole plate also gets heated up. Now, to remove the wrinkles in clothing, we should apply heat and pressure. Heat is formed due to the coil, and when we press the clothes with iron, the wrinkles are removed. For maintaining the optimum temperature, a thermostat is used along with pilot lamp which serve as an indicator. I think that is all from us. Thank you.